With a decade of gas already in play, the nation is leveraging on the huge gas reserves to become not just a major exporter, but a net gas-consuming nation. The potential to diversify and uplift the economy lies in gas, as many have alluded that Nigeria is indeed more of a gas nation than an oil nation, given the country's potential of about 600 trillion cubic feet of gas and the rising global demand for cleaner energy sources.
Today, Nigeria has about 206 TCF of proven gas reserves. And all that gas reserve was found while looking for oil. 206 trillion cubic feet of gas. So we decided to designate the whole decade, the decade of 2021 to 2030, the decade of gas, so that it will allow us to focus on gas development and to monetize our enormous gas resources.
A step back is very useful. We haven't done great, building our gas resources, converting them into value. And the end result today is that we're lagging behind. And of course, government realized this, and we as the national oil company also saw the challenges that are there, the opportunities that this will also create for us. And ultimately, in conjunction with the Ministry of Petroleum Resources and other stakeholders, we decided in the year 2020 that would be the year of gas.
As it stands, more than 80 million people are without access to electricity in Nigeria. With the Gas to Power initiative, Nigerians can reliably have access to affordable grid-based electricity fueled by gas. This would generate considerable industrial investment and job creation.
Today we are about a little under 8 billion people in the world. And the projection is that by 2050, we will be about 10 billion. So think about adding one more China and one more India, or two more Africa to the world. And for Nigeria, 200 million people today, the forecast for 2050 with this growth is double, 400 million. Economically, people's fortunes will improve, which is known, but then the world will need more energy. The forecast is that by 2050, the demand will grow by 40%, which for an energy company or a gas company like ours, you should ordinarily be excited. Look into that future where demand is going to grow by 40%.
If you bet against the future of Nigeria, you are losing. The future is bright. And I come with this optimistic feeling because I know I've seen bright people from the country, from the north, from the southeast, from the west. Everybody, I've seen people who know they came from nothing and they made something. I've seen bright people out of Nigeria that have gone through some of their most amazing schools in the United States where I went to school, in Europe, and in different areas. I grew up with Nigerians around me and they were just some of the best. The future of Nigeria with its potential, gas, petroleum industry bill being passed, but the most important thing is the people. That vibrant spirit that drives everybody. That vibrant spirit of go-getters. That vibrant spirit of saying that I came from nothing, I'm going to make something. Even when it's tough, we've come from disgrace to amazing grace. So we're going to make it. I believe in Nigeria. I believe on its future, and I am proud to be part or to want to be part of that future if you let me in. But even if you don't let me, I'm coming. And we are going to drive it as the African Energy Chamber because we know if you succeed, Africa succeeds. So we're all in this together.
With the current global move towards clean energy, it is no gainsaying that the future of the country, particularly its aspiration for industrialization, socioeconomic development, and sustainable power generation, may largely depend on harnessing Nigeria's huge gas potential.
I am optimistic that gas will drive Nigeria's development over the next 3 decades. Today, as NGA, we talk about getting in place a framework that will drive the development of gas for the next 10 years. But we see that as just the first phase. Working with the ministry, we think there would be a second phase and a third phase. But it is gas. Gas is what we have. Gas is what we will use to support Nigeria's industrialization over the next decade.
Gas is a vehicle for poverty eradication. Gas is a vehicle for generating employment. Gas is a vehicle for freedom, for people to really create wealth for themselves. It will definitely bring national security because of the ripple effect of the impact. Because once there is industry, there is job. When there is food security, you have to cook and there is gas. And with the policy and regulatory measures, I can tell you, Nigeria will not only be out of poverty, it will set face for African growth because we have potential to fuel not only our own economy, but the economy of the entire Africa.
For Nigeria's policymakers, additional revenues from natural gas could in turn provide valuable support for renewable energy and generate millions of skilled green jobs for Nigeria's young and fast-growing population. The administration of President Muhammadu Buhari has shown commitment to the development of Nigeria's vast gas resources and strengthening of the gas value chain by reviewing and gazetting policies and regulations to enhance operations in the sector, as encapsulated in the National Gas Policy of 2017.
Gas indeed is our future, and gas has all of these pockets of investment opportunities that we're hoping people come on board with us and really expand the gas utilization in Nigeria.
Our focus is not on the export or even the West African market for now. The market is actually here because you have well over 60 million homes that you need to target to feed that gas, to supply their homes, to cook. You have a potential 4 or 5 million vehicles that could also use the same gas, although we're separating that. So rather than the butane that you're using for cooking, rather than that product going into the auto gas market, propane is what has been specced and is what will be used for the auto gas market.
This is the sort of projects you want to see. Large gas-based infrastructure projects. Those are the projects that change the story. And so to NNPC's credit, because NNPC is a partner, 50% partner in that project, and to Seplat, they committed to that project. The project's under construction, and it will make a big impact on the country.
The future of gas is humongous. Humongous in the sense that we have it abundantly in this country and we just have a tiny drop of oil. And oil has been sustaining this country. It is time for us to now ride on the wings of gas. And I keep telling people in different forums, I say, yes, Nigeria can fly on the wings of gas. Yes, Nigeria can tap our potential to diversify our economy on the wings of gas. Yes, Nigeria can unleash different forms of industries across board riding on the wings of gas. And yes, Nigeria can address the issue of climate change riding on the wings of gas.
If you invest like $5 billion in the development of about 200 million scuff of gas, for example, per day, and you actually develop petrochemicals and fertilizer plants on 200 million scuff of gas, which is very small according to, going by what we have. If you are able to just focus on that, you are going to create value of about $20 billion in a year. So at least that gives you an idea of the kind of potential that we have and the kind of value that we can create from gas.
The agenda is for the gas sector to transform Nigeria into an industrialized nation, with gas playing a major role. Reforming the management and oversight of the energy sector has been a major focus of the Buhari government, which in recent years has moved to commercialize Nigeria's national oil company and put in place plans for new regulatory agencies designed to tame a sector with a history of malpractice. A lot needs to go right for Nigeria's economy to weather the global energy transition and ultimately thrive in its decade of gas.